One thing you love, one thing you hate about private label.
I love the creativity and owning my own brand. One thing I hate about private label, I guess the cash flow cycle takes longer, right? It could take 3 months, before you see any money back on a new product launch and shipping times and all that. So that's definitely a challenge.
Someone brand new, maybe they're coming from retail arbitrage game or eBay and they want to start private label. What's the minimum amount of money that you'd like to see in their bank account?
I would say $5,000 is a good amount of money to have. You need money to source a product, right? You need money for initial PPC, for photography, for some giveaways you're going to do to launch your product. So I would say $5,000 is a good amount of money to start with for private label.
What's one strategy that's working really well when launching a new product to get reviews on it?
So, there's services out there for giveaways. So one strategy we've been teaching in our inner circle is using Facebook offer ads. And if you don't know, with Facebook offer ads, you can actually distribute single-use coupon codes right on Facebook, and then you can do a nice launch for your product targeting keywords and ranking utilizing Facebook offer ads.
One thing about business that I've learned over the last 5 years, from transitioning to working for restaurants and different companies to being on my own, is things always change. What's one thing that's changed over the last couple of years from maybe 2015 when you started to today, where if you were to still practice that, you would have probably not been making money or been losing or maybe even kicked off? Who knows?
Oh, yeah. So, a big change in the private label world has been incentivized reviews, right? So last year, October 2016, Amazon came out and said you can no longer give product at a discount or free in exchange for review. That was a big game changer, made it much more difficult to get reviews, and is a good lesson because when something is working well on Amazon, you need to be aggressive and take full advantage of it, because some of those reviews were ultimately deleted, but there were some brands that went out and got thousands and thousands of reviews that did these giveaways at a discount. And, they're a step ahead of the game, right? Because now, a product may have 3,000-4,000 reviews, and a new product or somebody who didn't take advantage of that opportunity to do a lot of giveaways, maybe they did a little and got like 20, 30 reviews and weren't super aggressive. Now it's much harder for them to get those reviews. And so the lesson is, when something's working well on Amazon and it's within their terms, take full advantage, run with it, be aggressive.
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel like something I did early on was probably, which is good and bad, but I probably launched too many products at once, in a sense, and not focused more on less products and more aggressive with each one of those products. Order more units, do more giveaways, get more reviews, just focus, and then maybe move on to the next one, instead of maybe thinning out some of what you could do cash flow wise with going kind of wider on products. So I would say, starting out, focus on one product, get it really going, get that revenue there, and then move on to the next one, and focus on a probably initial smaller set of total products.
Interesting. That's really good advice. We're getting down to the last couple of questions. What are your thoughts on the future of private label on Amazon? Do you think this game is going to be around for 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Do you think that Amazon's favoring private label sellers over maybe retail arbitrage with all the restrictions and stuff? What are your thoughts on the sustainability and long-term growth of this business model?
Yeah, so I think, Amazon has taken a lot of steps to appeal to brands. So I do think, there is favoring in terms of private labeling because, they're making it easier for brands to restrict who's selling their product. I think more things like that are going to come within brand registry, allowing you to kick somebody off a listing very easily if they're not an authorized seller. They're allowing you, just in the last week, I've been able to now do coupons, which has only been available to brands. If you think about stuff that's available now to third-party sellers like FBA that wasn't available, things like lightning deals, right? So they're definitely doing more to appeal to brands. And I do think, private label, it's not going to get easier, right? Because there's more products, more people coming into the game. So I think the people that are really going to win are the people that are innovating, that are building an audience, that are building a brand, that they have something, more than just kind of like the latest launching spinners or something, right? As a product. So I think it still will be there, but I think it will require really building a brand and differentiating your product.